Today's topic is, do you want to meet with your spirit guides, or might you already met them? Have you ever met your spirit guides? So they are your most devoted helpers. They are the ones who interact with you or interact into your life even without you asking. They are always watching out for you. They are putting the things into place whenever you need them, bringing people in, taking people out, bringing opportunities for you, opening doors for you, nudging you, pushing you, so on and so forth, or even holding you back or making you rest, whatever. So they are the ones who's interacting with you the most, even though you have no clue about it, what is happening and why certain things are happening to you. There are other helpers out there, but they are usually only interact with you when you request them. Like, for example, the angels, the ascended masters, ancestors, they are actually waiting for you to ask them or shout out for them or pray for them or so on and so forth. But the spirit guides are really lovely. They are always there for you. They always doing what needs to be done, what is necessary. They looking out for your needs. But you can still request other things. They don't realize you need something, or they don't realize you are aiming for a different goal now, you're changing your mind or whatever. So whenever some sudden change is happening in your life, or maybe you have like strange requests, or you wished for something right now, then you can actually address it to them to help them out, and they're gonna come around, and then they're gonna move things around, and then you're gonna receive it. So why is it possible? They are in a higher dimension. So it's easy for them to interact in our lower dimensional space. So I'll tell you how it works, like with an example. So for example, the ants world, like they are living in a nice nest, or I don't know how you call it, like they build it from soil. So in the ants world, they have their own dimension. They are in a little dimension. They are very tiny. They see everything in their perspective, but you can actually interact into their dimension without they knowing what happened or who you are or what is going on. I even seen a video where they were scamming poor ants with swapping the food. So for example, they placed a whole bread or like a big slice of bread onto the ground where the ants were like walking around. So one ant got the information that he or she found a huge slice of bread, and then ran back to tell the others to come to help him to carry it. So then, meanwhile, the person replaced the huge slice with just the small breadcrumbs. So when they came back, the ants, they didn't find the whole bread, only the breadcrumbs. So they were probably disappointed, and then maybe talking to the other ant, like, why you called upon the whole nest if you just little breadcrumbs. So anyway, there is another example if this wasn't too good for you. The other example is, let's say, two-dimension. What is two-dimension? Is a drawing, right? So it's like a cartoon. So if you look at the cartoon, there are figures in the cartoon, and then probably they are having, their morning, they are having their breakfast, and one of the figure in the cartoon is saying, oh, I wish for a coffee. So then you are in 3D, you grab a pen and you draw a cup of coffee in her hand. And then suddenly she's like, oh my God, I have a cup of coffee in my hand. How this happened? So in the 2D dimension, she has no clue about the 3D, right? So she has no perception about that at all. So she has no clue how it happened that she suddenly had a cup of coffee in her hand in her dimension, while you from the 3D, it was pretty comfortable and easy to create. So the same thing is happening with you with the spirit guides or with the higher dimensional beings, that you are in 3D. You know how to do things in 3D, but you have no clue how the higher dimensional beings can actually interact and create things from the physical world, actually really create stuff here through their interactions. Or maybe they just replace, or so on and so forth, but it's happening. So I just want you to trust. I just want you to believe. I just want you to use your voice, use your mind to request, to spell, and ask. Ask for help, ask for interactions, ask for whatever you desire for, and you're going to be so surprised that things just start to appear in your life. Maybe you need to open a door, maybe you need to look under the table, maybe you need to walk out the door, but it's going to be there. So just be brave to ask, be brave to interact, and believe and trust and know that this 3D is just a small part of your multidimensional existence. And there are so many beings and so many magical things out there, which is in a higher dimension. So you can't perceive, you can't actually see those frequencies, but you can communicate and they understand you, they hear you, and they come and help you. Okay, so let me know in the comments whatever you actually ask from spirit guides and then it's suddenly happened to be there. And if you want a visitation to your spirit guides, there is a way for that. I have a meditation which helps you to go to the spirit guides. It starts with a transcendental meditation first. You need to get into samadhi state. You need to get into transcendental state. Then you need to actually do a forgiveness prayer to purify you before you can get that visitation. And then a certain tunnel you need to go through and a certain door. So there is a whole process of that actually when you get your visitation to your spirit guides, and you can spend some time with them. You can see them, how they look like. And basically they give you some guidance, some answers, some proper even healings or some blessings as well. So if you would like to have that meditation, I have it in my meditation library, which people who's joined my group coachings, they have access to. I have several meditations there for karmic depth release, for ancestral healing as well. So if you are interested in that, you can book a call with me so we can go through that, what is in these offers, what else is in these offers, because there is a vast amount of help out there for you to get healed, to create your better life. And I just want to see you happy and joyful. Take care, everybody.